Hey, good morning, everyone. Tuesday, the 7th of July, 2020. What a beautiful morning. Nice, cool, crisp morning. I can live with that when I was running the dogs. No, this is not part 2. Unfortunately, we have to do a little correction. We got to get people thinking on the same page. I've got to convince you people, because we're going to be going into the Bible in part 2, that the Bible is a very credible historic and scientific book. We'll get to those 3 pictures in a minute. I think I'm going to make my case. It's going to be a difficult video for me too, because you can see my YouTube skills. Couldn't even delete a video, so I had to post 2. But the content was the same. I just missed the pictures on the first one. Okay, don't be Bert, be alert. One of the things we have to come across, people, is there's a mindset, a cognitive dissonance, that facts that don't fit into your pre-held, widely established beliefs are tended to be rejected. Now, I'm not going to mention this guy, who he is. I don't want to give you too much detail because you might figure it out. And it is the privacy policy of your ever-flexible, always fluid, humble messenger never to disclose the people he's talking about in his videos. And there's no amount of begging that will get me to tell you that this Bert is a route carrier out of Willow City. I would never say that. Too much information. So, Bert, guy I happen to think is a very good friend, has a real problem with this moon landing business. It's a mindset of, do not confuse me with the facts, my mind is made up. And his argument goes something like, hundreds of thousands of NASA scientists and astronauts? Come on, how are they going to hide a lie like that? Well, 2 things you don't understand, civilian boy. One is compartmentalization. Department A and Department B are both working on a project, but Department A has no idea what Department B is doing, yet there is an overseer that can easily coordinate A, B, Department C, Department D, right on down the list. Compartmentalization. Second thing you need to figure out is need to know. If you don't need to know it and you're working on government projects or in military projects, you ain't going to know it. So, I'm trying to help you out. Let's deal with your basic premise, your basic argument, what astronauts and experts say, because you think they are the source of all sources. Now, hopefully, this is going to work out. The very first guy, I'm going to give you some volume on him, Chris Hadfield, the singing spaceman. Yeah, I'm going to leave you a link to where Chris Hadfield, in the alleged space station, coordinated a concert with the lead singer of the Bare Naked Ladies. Catchy tune. Only problem is bullshit. It's all predicated on bullshit. But I'm going to leave you a link. Like I said, you should listen to it. You could watch the video. And it's a catchy tune. I can't play none of it. It's a CBS music video. They would nail your humble messenger with a copyright strike. So let's start out with Mr. Chris Hadfield. Bert, this guy is an astronaut. And I'm going to see if I got the volume. Yes, I do. Let's see what he has to say.
Recycle the oxygen. It's the main crucible test bed where we've been trying to grind out all the lessons that will eventually let us go to the moon, that will eventually let us go to the moon.
Astronauts to the moon.
Yeah, that's just the way I feel about it too. Astronauts to the moon. What a joke. Alright, now we got to find another spot here. Here we go. It's going to be a little conglomeration. It's tough on me, people. You can see my editing skills absolutely suck. But we're going to have a couple of astronauts in the alleged space station at 230 miles, low Earth orbit. Let's see, the moon, what they say the distance to the Earth is probably, 1,000 times that? You guys got a long way to go. Then we're going to feature Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bert, you wouldn't argue with Bill Nye the Science Guy, would you? Followed by former President Barack Hussein Obama, also known as Barry Soetoro. Let me see if I can get you close here.
That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to.
He was talking about low Earth orbit. It's the best they can do.
And we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
Now, one thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go. The Earth is a closed system.
The technologies that we're testing out on Space Station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit. So we have a really robust exploration program at NASA.
Previous program, we are setting a course with specific and achievable milestones. Early in the next decade, a set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
So how did we do it? How did we send humans to the moon 6 times so early on? We can't figure it out. In 2016, when Barry Soetoro made that little speech before NASA. Yeah, NASA. Never a straight answer. Okay, so we had Chris Hadfield. We had a couple of space station flunkies talking about low Earth orbit. We had Bill Nye the Science Guy. We had 2 more astronauts in the alleged space station talking about low Earth orbit. They just can't seem to get beyond low Earth orbit. And let's see about NASA engineer Kelly Smith. And trust me, people, this one's going to be tough.
Orion is getting ready to launch. My name is Kelly Smith, and I work on navigation and guidance for Orion. Orion is NASA's next-generation spacecraft. Built with versatility in mind, it can take astronauts deeper into space than we've ever gone before. Over 100 miles up and going about 17,000 miles per hour. Just as it passes over the Indian Ocean, we lose communication. As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation.
Keep in mind, people, the Van Allen belts start at 1,000 miles above the Earth. Low Earth orbit, 230. Okay. So let's keep going here. There we go.
Radiation like this could harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion.
Hey, radiation like that could also fry the humans inside the cockpit.
Naturally, we have to pass through this danger zone twice. Once up, and once back.
Alright, so they got to go through it once up, once back. Didn't the Apollo missions already do that multiple times? I mean, what happened? I mean, how could you do it in 69, but you're so nervous as a whore in church that in 2020, you got to send in the space capsule Orion? Give me a break, people. This is nonsense, and you know it. But I saved the best for last, perhaps. So, who would believe President Barack Obama? That lion, street thug organizer, Mr. and Mr. Obama? Well, how about your new hero? Can you recognize this guy's voice?
I am thrilled to announce that the SpaceX Dragon capsule has successfully reached low Earth orbit and that our astronauts are safe and sound.
Low Earth orbit. Can't get beyond it, people. So, if you don't understand what I'm talking about here, we can't move on into the Bible. Now, we're going to have to get into the Bible. Let's take a look at those pictures first. Of course, we got the Coneheads from Saturday Night Live. They thought it was a joke when NASA said, we put a man on the moon. Then you got a picture of the landing excursion module. What did I say the other day? Construction paper, curtain rods, tin foil, and duct tape? Come on. Use your head some besides a target. And finally, the last one is the Werner von Braun's grave marker. Simply states Psalm 19, verse 1. What do we have at Psalm 19, verse 1? We had, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. You know who Werner von Braun was, people? The father of modern American rocketry, NASA's first director. Why would he put that on his epitaph? Why would that be his epitaph? 19:1 Psalm. You know, and I talked about it in previous videos too. Operation Fishbowl, Project Dominique. Quick refresher for you. In the late 50s, the USSR and the Americans got together and said, Can't get through this goddamn dome up here. Let's blow a hole in the son of a bitch. So they launched a series of nuclear weapons at high altitude, low Earth orbit, and started detonating them, thinking they could use nuclear bombs to blow a hole in it. How'd that work out? Von Braun was laid in the ground, a frustrated man, and he took his hat off to the keeper of the stars, saying, "Your handiwork, buddy. Your firmament. I can't get through it." Okay, so, I had to bring in some experts. Don't be Bert, be alert. The previous video, I had to bring in Manly P. Hall, because you thought the name America was from Amerigo Vespucci, a guy who never even made it to the shores. So I brought in the heavy hitter, the Mason heavy hitter, and he says America is where America got its name. And what does that translate literally to? Land of the plumed serpent. The father of lies, people. The Bible's going to be a fascinating book, but if you don't buy it as a historically accurate, scientific accurate book, oh, and by the way, it does teach flat Earth. Imagine that. So, Bert, trying to work with you. You got something better than what I got. I gave you astronauts. I gave you 2 presidents. I gave you Bill Nye the Science Guy. Every kid knows who Bill Nye the Science Guy is. Okay, and check out your link. Chris Hadfield and the lead singer of Bare Naked Ladies. Cool song. I don't deny it. Catchy tune. I don't deny it. The subject matter? Bullshit. Too bad. They go to great lengths to perpetrate their fraud. Anyhow, boy, this video's running long. Good thing I didn't put that couple more clips in there. Alright, guess what, people? I got stuff to do. You guys have a good day.